Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at how to synthesize a snare. This will be a dubstep snare, but you can use these techniques to build any kind of snare. The envelopes will change slightly, but the concept will stay the same. That's what we're looking for. It's got a nice beater, nice white end. We'll start a new patch, but I wanted you to hear it in its current state. So let's do that. Let's get a new vital. We are going to put it to basic shapes, pull the level down, put the phase randomization and the phase down to 0. We're going to change this to triangle, and this is going to be the tone of the snare. And we're going to get LFO 1, pull smoothing down, change it to seconds, change it to envelope 1, and this is going to be that amp for the triangle. So we'll drag it onto the volume. So now, I put a note, by the way, on D3. Let's move this out of the way. There should be a note there. Right, yep, there's a note on D3. Right, so now we've done that, we can work on it. We'll get the next envelope, LFO, sorry. We'll pull smoothing down, put it to seconds and envelope again, and we're going to draw a really, really tight pitch envelope. I'm going to drag it to pitch. So we've got a little click. That's quite nice. Next, oscillator 2. It's going to be a saw wave. And we're going to put an LFO on it and use it as a separate amp again for the saw wave. Seconds, smooth off, envelope mode. I should say that envelope mode just means it triggers once. That's it. Whereas when it's in trigger, it will keep re-triggering when it gets to the end, so it will loop. We don't want that. So we've now got our little saw wave, which makes like a little flap sound. We add that to the tone. We take it off the tone. Also, we take the flap off so it's just tone. And you'll see where I'm going with that flap in a sec. That's quite nice. Right, next, we're going to go to white noise and turn the filter on. And make sure that the white noise is the only thing going through the filter. Turn the resonance off. And that's okay for now. So we pull the level down of the white noise, and again we're going to have a separate amplifier for that. I'm going to use LFO to do that. So we set LFO 4 to the level of white noise. Turn down smoothing, put it in seconds, put it in envelope mode. Next we're going to change this to 1 second. That will give us a longer tail. And we're going to put this node about here. Next we're going to put more release on the main amp, which is envelope 1, so we get a long ring out if we want it. You can really hear the crack now. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is distort. Just going to muck up your white noise a little bit, so we just make it a bit tighter. Okay. Always make sure spreads off, one voice, no bend. Don't want anything like that. Right. Okay. Kind of there. Back off on distortion a little bit. Well, we've got a nice crack there. Right. Let's make it a little bit more dubsteppy. Next thing we're going to do is pull down the pitch of oscillator 1. Now we've got that nice sharp transient. And now if we want it to be dubsteppy, you can hear it's got a lot of weight. So next thing I'm going to do is knock off some of this transient. Let's get rid of the EQ as well. We'll get to that later. So you can hear it's a little bit flappy now. We're not hearing the transient so much. So let's go to the transient envelope, oscillator 2, which is here. To be fair, that's quite tight. Bit more tone. And this could fade off quicker. That's better. Right, so we get this compressor. Put it on peak mode. Knock off a bit of the transient. Put makeup gain on. And now, depending on the tune, let's turn it down a bit. Depending on the tune, you might want to muck around with the release a little bit. And you don't really want the attack to be up, because otherwise you're letting the transient through, and we don't want to let the transient through. We're knocking it off on a little bit. And that's it, and that's how you build a dubstep snare. So from here, you could do a little bit of EQing as well. Just to add some weight, and if you're going to do that, you want to be quite thin on the initial harmonic, and then maybe a little boost up here. It just depends on where you want it to sit in the mix. Try playing at different pitches. But this is the note, like D is stronger than C. Like harmonically, you can see it doing that quicker. You can see like the good way to describe it, like the wave is a lot more compact with the D than it is with the C, so it's a more of a solid note. And I think that's about right for where the beta of the sort of dubstep snare comes from. So if we take off the white noise, don't want oscillator 3 on. Right, that's it for me today, guys. There'll be more soon. I'll be going over hip-hop kicks and other synthesis stuff. As always, it's been a pleasure. Look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks for your time.